All right, so typically we have 5 different things that we can talk about when we're talking about different types of password attacks that are out there. The top one here, the brute force attack, is the one that you oftentimes see on TV. That's the one that the people just magically can walk up to a terminal and through brute force typing in something within 3 guesses, they're like, yeah, I was able to get it. So usually that brute force attack is typically thwarted by having what's called a clipping level. And the clipping level is associated to the number of attempts that somebody does before it locks you out. So brute force attack, unfortunately for you brute forcers that are out there, typically you're limited to 3 attempts. But conveniently in the movies, guess what? After 3 attempts, boom, they're in, right? So it's kind of funny that way. The dictionary attack uses every word in the dictionary to try to go after a password. And that is why typically you're told to not use words that are in the dictionary, because I can use a file that's basically a dictionary file and then run that file against your password file and see if I can come up with the actual password. The hybrid attack is really using those 2 methods together, and maybe something that you know about the office that the person works at, or something a little bit more that you know about that specified person, but you're still got a long way to go for a difficult password. CompTIA says that an 8-character or less password can be cracked in 22 seconds. That's why typically you see recommendations for passwords through group policy or password policy or whatever. Usually recommendations are 9 or greater for passwords because they can be cracked. If it's 8 or less, it can be cracked in 22 seconds. The last 2 here, the birthday attack, which we're going to do here in a second, is based on a finite amount of key space. In the birthday, it would be 365. That after 23 attempts, you have a 50% or greater likelihood to force a collision. So with a birthday attack, because it's a finite key space, only has 365, that on the 23rd attempt, there's a 50% chance, basically coin flip, if we already haven't had a collision, 2 birthdays that match, then that 23rd time we can do a coin flip. That's every time subsequently after that, it's a coin flip. Okay? And we'll do that here in a second. So the final one here are these rainbow tables. And these rainbow tables are pre-computed tables, usually that are hashes of passwords that are used to crack passwords. Usually they're used in trying to recover plain text passwords and can be used in like a program called Rainbow Crack, or can be utilized to try to reverse any hash functions that are out there. So typically they're full of hashes, and then you use the rainbow tables to try to match that hash to the password hash that you provided. The largest one that I've seen is 11 terabyte rainbow table, which is quite large.